Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this video. Alright, so what are we looking at here? What are we hearing? So, if you guys listen to this engine, it sounds pretty tappy, pretty noisy. It sounds like the lifters are sticky. Now, I was sent out to check out this Evoque. I think it's like a 2016 Land Rover Range Rover Evoque. Check out the car in total. I checked it out. Everything seems to be good except the engine noise on this vehicle seems to be just a little bit on the loud end. Now, it didn't sound too bad with the hood down. It didn't sound too bad even with the plastic cover over it. But once I took the cover off, it just sounds like I don't know. You know what? I thought it might have been maybe the fuel injectors. I couldn't really tell whether that's the natural sound of the engine. Vehicle is only about, I don't know, like 8 years old. So I was thinking it could be an issue with the engine itself. I'm not quite sure. It could be a timing chain issue, etc., etc. I even took this vehicle for a ride on the freeway. It didn't sound bad when you're inside the vehicle, but when you have the hood up and you have the cover off, it sounds pretty loud. There's a tapping, tap, 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 tap sound that you guys are hearing, and I'm gonna play out pretty much the whole entire video out at the end of this video after I'm actually narrating it. But it sounds like there might be a slight issue. I wouldn't say like a huge issue. It's a slight issue. Now, I was asked whether the oil was to the level on the vehicle. I did check the oil. The oil wasn't the cleanest oil. It was a little bit dirty, but it was to the level. It wasn't low on oil. Sometimes these engines make these kind of noises when it's low on oil, but the oil seemed to be fine. The color of the oil seems to be fine. The level of the oil seems to be fine. There didn't seem to be an issue with that. Now, this is probably like the second Evoque that I've looked at like over the last month. The first one I looked at wasn't actually for any kind of issue relating to the mechanics of the car. It was because the radio didn't sound, it wasn't putting out any sound. I actually did a video of that. If you guys want to check it out, check it out. So I didn't really pay attention to what the car sounded like when I worked on the first car as far as the engine noise was concerned. But I think I would have picked up on the engine noise if it sounded this loud. Now, if you guys have this vehicle, definitely like drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know whether this is normal to Range Rovers or Range Rover Evoque. The vehicle had like maybe like 67,000 miles on it. Not 100% sure, but it was well under 100,000 miles. I couldn't give the okay on it. Told the guy who was the prospective buyer to actually take a look, check out another Evo at a dealership or whatever, take a video of it and see if their engine on other Evoques sound the same way. Some vehicle manufacturers have noisy engines because of fuel injectors, because of weird lifter issues, or maybe not just issues, but just the lifters are just a little bit different. I know Toyota engines are noisy. Hey, if you guys have Toyotas and you guys think your engines are noisy, definitely like drop a comment in the comment section. I noticed that Toyota engines are literally a little bit noisier than other engines. Like Honda engines are notoriously silent. Not silent, but they're not very noisy. All right, you can have a Honda engine running and you wouldn't notice that it's running. And that's just I've owned Toyotas. I've owned Hondas, and I will tell you that Honda engines are probably the most less noisier silent engine running engines that I've come across. Now, in any case, I did do this video another video on this, particularly on this matter, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, and I had scheduled it to put it out, saying that maybe the engine had issues and stuff like that. Now, if you guys have an issue with this engine, considering it's Landrover, considering it's a luxury vehicle, you probably would put out shell outlay maybe like $4,000 to $6,000 on, maybe even more these days at the dealership on a brand new engine, having a fix on that. But the buyer actually did go to a dealership and took a video of another Evoque, and funny enough, the sound that Evoque made was pretty much the same sound that you're hearing from this Evoque. I don't know what the deal with that is. I mean, it can't be a coincidence that there's two Evoques, one at the dealership that they're selling, and I think it was a newer vehicle, and this Evoque, and the engine kind of had the same noise. So I'm guessing that that Land Rover, Range Rover, or maybe just on this Evoque, the engine is a noisier engine than normal. Normally, if you hear this kind of tapping sound, it means that the lifters, it has sticky lifters, and normally that's not the sound that you want to hear from an engine without thinking that there might be some issue with the engine itself. But apparently this is the sound that it naturally makes, which is very surprising to me, which is, I wouldn't say it's worrisome, but I just think it's kind of weird that it's this loud, specifically the tapping sound. I don't get it. I mean, it's supposed to be a luxury vehicle. I just assume that the engine would be just a lot more quiet than this. And on top of that, it's not a diesel. You know, if you guys have a diesel vehicle, they're pretty noisy as far as the engine is concerned. But apparently on this vehicle, it's a gas vehicle. It's not diesel, and it still makes these kind of noises. And I think it's probably the fuel injector. This is a V6. It's not like a V8. So it's a V6, but it still has really noisy, I think it's fuel injectors, either the lifters or the fuel injectors, but it just sounds like it's off to me. But apparently it's not off. But if you guys have this, definitely, if you guys have this vehicle, definitely drop a comment in the comment section. I even went on YouTube and tried to figure out what the deal is with this noise. I did come across a couple of videos where this vehicle was notorious for having some kind of timing belt issue or something like that. Timing belt issue really didn't sound like this vehicle did, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you have a video of like one vehicle at the dealership and it kind of sounds the same way that this vehicle sounds, then I can't say that's an issue with it at that point. It's probably just the nature of the engine on this vehicle. But what do you guys think? If you guys have any kind of comment on this, definitely drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know whether maybe I'm off or not, or whether, if you guys have a history of owning Land Rover, Range Rovers, whether they have really loud, tapping, chatty engines. Anyway, leave a comment. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Appreciate your time, guys. Take care.